Pick up any real welding procedure specification and you'll see a form packed with boxes, process, position, preheat, gas, amperage, and a dozen more, all crammed onto 1 or 2 pages. But here's the real question. Do you actually know why every single one of those boxes exists, and what happens the moment you change one? By the end of this video, you will. Welcome back to ASME Section IX Explained. Last time, we mapped out the whole code. This time, we're opening up Part QW, Article 2, to answer one question: what exactly is a WPS? A welding procedure specification is a written recipe for making a weld, the process, the materials, and every setting a welder needs to follow to reproduce a sound joint every single time. It isn't paperwork you fill in from memory or copy from a random job you did last year. Every WPS has to be backed by real, physical test data, recorded on a procedure qualification record, or PQR, before it's ever used in production. And ASME even gives you a ready-made template for the WPS itself, Form QW482, so you are not designing the paperwork from scratch. Here's the part most people miss. The exact list of variables on your WPS depends entirely on which welding process you are using. Stick welding has its own table, QW253. Submerged arc has QW254. MIG and flux cord share QW255. TIG has QW256. Plasma arc and electroslag get their own tables too. Each table lists exactly which variables that process cares about. Before you write a single word, the process you chose has already decided what the form needs to say. Every variable on those tables falls into one of 3 tiers, and this is the single most important idea in this whole video. Essential variables change one beyond its qualified range, and your WPS needs a brand new PQR behind it. Non-essential variables, change them freely, just update the paperwork, no retesting required. And supplementary essential variables, these only kick in when the job requires impact or toughness testing, and once they do, they behave exactly like essential variables. Get this hierarchy right, and the rest of the WPS makes sense. So what's actually written on the form? Joint design and base metals, with their P numbers. Filler metal, with its F number. Welding position, preheat and interpass temperature, post-weld heat treatment, shielding gas, and the electrical characteristics, amperage, voltage, travel speed, even technique details like stringer versus weave beads. Every one of those boxes traces back to a specific paragraph in Article 4, and every box is either essential, non-essential, or supplementary essential. We'll unpack P numbers and F numbers in their own episodes, because each one is a rabbit hole on its own. To recap, WPS is your written welding recipe, built process by process from the Article 4 variable tables. Every variable is essential, non-essential, or supplementary essential, and that tier determines what you can change without requalifying. Get the tiers right, and you'll never fail in audit over a WPS technicality again. Next episode, we flip to the other side of the desk. The PQR, the actual test record that proves your WPS works in the first place, including exactly which mechanical tests it has to pass before anyone's allowed to use it in production. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and grab the full written breakdown, with example forms, at weldfabworld.com.